dawn does...
I see. Hi.
We'll get to see...
Lord Louis Mong has been reading constantly lately.
I just want our life to remain as it is.
Oh, it's you. Go show him what you're made of.
Lord Yuan Shao was loved by the people of Hebei.
I never would have thought Lord Cao Cao would actually... Even with such an eminent family. I saw Lord Xiahou Yuan enjoying a meal with us. Those guys don't want to unite the world. My wisdom shall bring victory to us all. Don't let me down now. Huang Zu killed my father and stood against my brother. But this time, we will make him pay for what he has done. Take this. I want all our forces to capture enemy bases on the way to the stronghold. Our foe is a fierce. Remain ever vigilant.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Ling Tong, are you ready? Remember the plan. We're going after Huang Zu before our main force clashes with the enemy. Let's go.
I am ready, Father. It is an honor to be entrusted with a task so important to Wu. I can't wait to show them what we're made of.
We march at once!
Boat is what you're at. Did you really think I would just let you take it? I shall put an end to you with my intellect! We need a fight!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
They're cautiously pushing their front line forward. It seems the tactics of Wu have changed once more. And we will strike them when they are weak.
Focus your attacks on the slower units first. Break them! Get advancing!
They changed their strategy to counter our formation. Huang Zu will certainly be difficult to defeat.
The enemy
They will
officer
surely have a plan to defend themselves too. We'll just have to be extra careful as we move forward.
Good. The boat is secure. Onward! We have to fight our way to the enemy's main force.
We're evenly matched. Still, keep your guard up.
Let's get serious.
Striking execution.
The enemy
My
officer
eyes find
has been
themselves
defeated.
fixated on you in battle.
Let's go. Go!
This appears to be as far as we go.
Prepare yourself. The enemy officer has been
Fangs of
defeated.
Wu are snapping at your throat!
This territory. Where did they come from? The enemy officer has been defeated.
Where did I go wrong? Things don't look too good.
These clever beasts reached me quickly. I need to buy myself some time. I will retreat. Gone. They're all yours.
In the advance! All units, march! Begin the advance! You coward! Delay here and now! All my might!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I crush this enemy officer beneath me!
Not so fast. The only one you're fighting is me.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Pretty good.
Take this.
I won't hold back now. Might end up killing me if I do.
Indeed.
Powerful!
The enemy officer has been defeated. This territory. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Now, everyone attack at once!
Let's go.
No. Father. Father! You'll pay for this. I swear it. I'll slay you where you stand.
So you're his son. You want your revenge? Come and get it. Being hated comes with the territory.
Ambush. Here. This is gonna slow us down.
Infested.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Reporting!
Lord Ling Cao has fallen in battle! Huang Zu has fled!
What? I've underestimated them. Even though I knew how fierce Huang Zu could be. But if we turn back now, the enemy will attack us from behind. We must bring down their officers and finish this fight here and now!
Got this! Let's give it to them! Archer! Lose! And open it! I figured they would be expecting us. Let's deal with this quickly.
Has been defeated.
We're not about to let the Sun clan lay waste to Jing. Come on! Our target is Sun Dren! Begin the advance!
Grief. Is that finally the end of it? Then we must prepare for the next attack. Begin advancing!
Here's the resistance is futile. You've come to my aid? I can think of no ally more reassuring than you.
No matter how you slice it.
All my might.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
You have overcome great adversity. Now, strike while the iron is hot. Bring the fight to them. Commence the advance. Let's give it to them. Take on Let's give it to them.
Damn wall. Am I strong enough to defeat this monster?
I've been waiting.
Must flee. Flee to fight another day. The next time we meet, I will defeat you.
Looks like I'm the subject of yet another troublesome grudge. But that's what war is all about. You'll understand soon enough. Well, the enemy officer give it another go, has been defeated. Shall we? Get prepared. Come on, you scoundrels! Advance!
This is a ferocious tune indeed.
Now! Counting on you. Prepare yourselves. Predictable.
The enemy officer has been defeated. So, those soldiers we ran into earlier came from this ship. If we go back the way they came, we'll be able to attack the enemy at their camp. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, we made it. Come on, you scoundrels. Let's raise some hell. Advance. My power alone is insufficient for a comeback.
Damn, this is tough. But they won't take me down that easily.
I'm falling back for now. I'll leave the rest to you. I can't believe
The enemy officer has been defeated. Let's go.
So you're the one in charge, huh? You've got some guts to stand your ground against me.
Is that so? While you are a frightening foe, I could never leave my comrades behind.
That's more like it. Our own leader ran off at the first sign of trouble, you know?
Is this the limit of my ability? Father, brother, forgive me.
Defeated the enemy officer!
Let's go.
My power alone is insufficient for a comeback.
All right, we made it.
Let's go.
Come on, you scoundrels. Let's raise some hell.
Advance.
But they won't take me down that easily.
Let's go.
I'm falling back for now. I must leave the rest to you.
Ooh, so you're the one in charge, huh? Well, you've got some guts to stand your ground against me.
Is that so? While you are a frightening foe, I could never leave my comrades behind.
That's more like it. Our own leader ran off at the first sign of trouble, you know?
Is this the limit of my ability? Father, brother, forgive me.
Let's go.
I have defeated the enemy officer!
All right, we made it. Come on, you scoundrels. Let's raise some hell.
Advance.
enemy officer has been defeated.
This is a ferocious team indeed. Proper strategy can overcome any obstacle.
This is tough.
But they won't take me down that easily. Great. I appreciate you coming to help. The time is right. This is a ferocious team indeed. Proper strategy can overcome any obstacle. I'll give this all my force. This is a ferocious tune indeed. Proper strategy can overcome any obstacle. Prepare yourselves.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I have defeated the enemy officer.
So you're the one in charge, huh? Why, you've got some guts. Stand your ground against me.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
While you are a frightened
The enemy officer has been
could
defeated.
never leave my comrades behind.
That's more like it.
The enemy
Our
officer
leader ran off
has been
at the
defeated.
first sign of trouble, you know? I never thought we'd cross blades. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I suppose it is what it is. No regrets if we fight with all we've got. Blood is boiling!
Taking this area.
This is a ferocious tune indeed. Don't let your guard down.
Get prepared. enemy officer has been defeated.
I think I ruffled quite enough feathers, but at least I slowed them down.
Look alive, you louts! We're getting out of here!
I had no idea Huang Zu had such a mighty officer under his command. We must regroup and pursue Huang Zu!
Reporting! Urgent news from headquarters! Shan-Yue uprisings are erupting across the land! Your presence is desperately needed, my lord!
It's just as I feared. It's a shame for us to lose this chance, but needs must. Return to base! It fills my heart with shame, but we have no choice. We're taking our troops home. Prepare for an immediate retreat!
Sir!
Lord Sun Quan, please wait! We can't pull our troops out now! We're here to slay Huang Zu. We have not yet accomplished that. If you leave now, your father's death will have been in vain!
No. As the leader of the House of Sun, I cannot allow the rebellion of Shan-Yue to go on.
But I still haven't slain my father's killer. Lord Sun Quan, are you not also fighting to avenge your father's death?
Yes, I am. I despise Huang Zu. My hatred for him is just as strong as the rage you feel for the one who killed your father. And yet, remember what we have come here to accomplish. What would my father, my brother, and Ling Cao really ask of us? Should we relentlessly pursue their killers in a fit of rage? Only to return home to find the kingdom of Wu overrun by the Shan-Yue?
That isn't...
How could I ever face my father or my brother if I allowed such a thing to happen? We will withdraw for now, Ling Tong. I know someone as clever as you can see the wisdom in that.
Father...
Our officers are limiting their ability to mobilize, but there are still uprisings all across the kingdom. They seem to be centered around Kuei-ji.
It seems that leaving the kingdom in your hands in anticipation of such a calamity was an excellent decision on my part. To stop this chaos from spreading any further, we must eliminate the Shan-Yue. I am counting on all of you.
I am at your command. I'd like to agree with your judgment here. But are you sure this is the right decision, Lord Sun Quan? I guess, if there ever was a time to speak my mind, it's right now. Driving out the Shan-Yue won't bring an end to the fighting.
What do you mean, Huang Gai?
During the reign of Lord Sun Ce, I was tasked with negotiating with the Shan-Yue. I spoke with them directly, and we even drank together as friends. Lord Sun Quan, if you tried to get to know them better, you would understand. The Shan-Yue are just like the people of Wu at heart. They live just as we do. They love their families in the same way. And like us, they will pick up weapons to protect their homeland. And right now, you're trying to suppress them by force and threatening to take away all that they love. I don't think you will ever be able to bring a true end to the Shan-Yue uprisings with that approach.
Some of what you say does ring true, but whatever the circumstances, they have come to attack Wu and are therefore not worthy of mercy. They are a threat to our kingdom.
Tell us, Lord Huang Gai, what exactly would you have us do? Are we to hand over all of the territory conquered by our previous leaders? I don't think any of us would find that even remotely acceptable.
I will take some time to consider our approach.
to dealing with the Shanyue. But whatever we ultimately do, we cannot ignore those who have become victims of this conflict through no fault of their own. If only for their sake, we should prepare to establish our presence on the battlefield.
Looks like Lord Zhou Yu's busier than ever. I sure hope he's not tiring himself out.
Oh, it's you. I'm perfectly fine, before you ask. Well, I answered anyway, just in case. After what happened to Father, and then letting that bastard Gan Ning get away. Everyone just keeps telling me to rest and mourn. But it's not like I can gain any sense of closure after everything that happened. What makes it worse is that I could have stopped it had I been stronger. I mean, if I had your gift for reading the flow of battle, then please, I have to ask before things get any worse. Will you train me? My father respected you. I know you can help me better myself. No preamble, huh? But I was hoping you'd say something like that. I'd love to get started right away, but I need to say one thing before we do. It is truly a great relief that you are here with me now. I've come to rely on you more than I had first thought. I hope you'll stay with me. And then perhaps this little fledgling will manage to drag himself out of the mud. Somehow I feel that with you beside me, it isn't so far-fetched that one day I will take flight.
Tables turned.
I guess you will do for an opponent. How's about a one-on-one?
On the tables. Now. Now. That's it. Now. Now, on the tables. Get it. And open. Now. Time to end this.
Guess I let my guard down.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Not bad.
I heard Lord Huang Gai raised objections against fighting the Shan Yue. He even had a bit of an argument with Lord Zhou Yu earlier. Why would he ever even think such a thing, let alone say it out loud?
Who knows? In my opinion, there was no reason to give up our chance to kill Huan Zu if we weren't even going to fight this battle on our own land. But Lord Huang Gai has long served the Sun clan. I don't think he would suggest such a thing based on emotion alone.
I really want to believe that, but there are many strange rumors going around about Lord Huang Gai. Some of them even go back to the days of Lord Sun Jian.
Rumors?
Yeah, like the one about how he isn't satisfied serving the House of Sun, or the one about him being with Lord Sun Jian when he passed.
Lord Huqi, you would do well not to speak so carelessly. But if those rumors are really spreading among our ranks, I think it might be worth reporting them to Louis Meng and the others.
The people of Wu have spent a long time risking their lives to protect the innocent from Shan Yue's aggression. And after all that, they are suddenly told to treat them as equals. It is only natural that such strange rumors would spread among them.
That may be the case, but it doesn't mean Huang Gai intended to cause harm with his suggestion.
For my part, there is much in Huang Gai's plan regarding the Shan Yue that I cannot agree with. But it is not prudent for everyone to fawn over the opinion of a single man. Someone must speak out as he did for there to be a proper discussion.
But won't letting these rumors spread among our ranks affect the morale of our soldiers? After all, we even had to give up our defeating Huan Zu, only to find ourselves waiting around back in Wu.
What are your thoughts on the matter? We are all finding Lord Huang Gai's idea very difficult to accept. Even so, his bond with the Shan Yue runs very deep. Possibly much deeper than you could imagine. They have been our enemy on the battlefield. Half measures will not be enough to bring about peace.
We have a duty to offer our Lord our opinions so that he can make better judgments. If you still take issue with Huang Gai's stance, even after taking that into account, go and debate him one-on-one.
Right. I'm sure Lord Xuan Xuan himself would prefer an open and honest approach in this situation.
There's been no end to the arguing, has there? You seem tired out by it as well.
The simple fact is that there are now many more people in Wu. It's inevitable that disagreements will arise. Debating what's right will not provide any answers, because what is right depends entirely upon each individual's beliefs. However, a ruler must possess the ability to unite those ideas about what is right into a single force. This has made things several degrees more difficult for Lord Sun Quan, and for us who assist him, compared to the days of Sun Ce's rule.
I know. I get worried sometimes. Worried that our kingdom might crumble from infighting. I believe in Chuan and every one of you, of course. It's just that we seem to have become so disunited. I wonder, what would Father and Sua have done?
The living cannot speak for the dead. But if one were to imagine what their approach would have been, they might not have done anything, and just watched.
Done nothing?
Sometimes, after a clash of opinions between many different people, a new solution to the problem becomes evident. That was something both Lord Sun Jian and Sun Ce knew well and appreciated. And that is why I don't feel concerned. In fact, Lord Sun Quan's approach may be even better at building a consensus than that of his predecessors. As one of Wu's strategists, it is my duty to believe in him, and also in myself, so that we may devise ways to win any battle.
My brothers have been truly lucky to have had you as their advisor, Zhou Yu. I know it is way past due, but please allow me to thank you.
You give me too much credit, Princess. I'm here because I chose to be by their side.
Looks like Lord Zhou Yu's busier than ever.
Let's begin. Now then.
No.
Right.
Yes. My wisdom shall bring victory to us all.
Don't let me down now. Best of... much unrest in these lands. We cannot avert our eyes from the truth. We must also quell the rebellion. If we want to discover what kind of kingdom we should become.
An expeditious advance is essential to our cause. Onward, everyone! We march at once!
No matter how many times they knock us down, we will always rise again! For this very land is our foundation!
Our kingdom cannot exist if we fail to win the hearts of the Shan Yue. The education of the land cannot be achieved by force alone.
Commence the advance!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Don't make enemy officers like they used to.
Situation. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's go. This is tough, no matter how you slice it.
Not giving up. Not here. We keep going. Lord Huanggai has long kept close ties with the Shan Yue. I would like to believe it is all in the service of Wu. I appreciate the help. I see our bonds are as strong as they can be.
My power alone is insufficient for a comeback.
For the Shan Yue, please lay down your weapon. Wish for there to be no more bloodshed between us.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Show you that all your basic needs shall be met. The leader of Wu has also agreed to this arrangement. So, please.
You kneel and lower your head before us?
The enemy officer
say, Lord
has been defeated.
We will hear your offer.
Let's go.
Some of them are still willing to listen to reason. I do everything I can to reach them.
The garrison seems to be drawing enemies towards it. We can pick them off here. Begin the advance.
An open.
Reporting! Enemy forces are advancing on our position from the south!
I suppose we should consider ourselves lucky that we saw them coming. Very well. Prepare an ambush to strike them just as they arrive.
Take this!
Where did I go wrong? This doesn't look too good.
Our efforts weren't enough. The enemy officer has been defeated.
The tide of battle is even again. Now it's time to overwhelm
the enemy
our
officer
might.
has been defeated.
We made it! Now it's our turn to join the fray!
March forward!
I have failed. Damn it all.
How am I getting cornered? Seriously?
Cannot go on then. I leave the rest in your hands.
Charge! This flag belongs to us! Break down the intruders, one trend!
Begin advancing!
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Now is the time to strike! Move forward!
This will do it.
Charge!
I was actually getting a little anxious.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Is more the enemy officer than I anticipated.
Has been defeated.
But I will continue to fight without complaint.
Got you! Let's go! Let's go!
Your strength has no bounds. Keep honing your skill and amaze me once more.
Time to act. This is a ferocious tune indeed.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's go!
I'm counting on you.
You will have to make do without me.
Prepare yourselves.
Get prepared.
This is tough. But they won't take me down that easily.
Take this.
Is this the limit of my ability? Father, brother, forgive me.
Let's march!
The battle is more intense than I anticipated. But I will continue to fight without complaint.
Take that!
Take this.
Let's go!
The enemy is strong. Things might get tough. The enemy officer has been defeated.
You will have to make do without me.
Quite enough. I suppose. Let us hold out. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Take this! An opening! How could I?
The enemy officer
This is tough,
has been
but
defeated.
they won't take me down that easily.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
How wonderful.
Let's go.
Sorry. I'll leave this area to you.
Is this the limit of my ability? Father, brother, forgive me.
Let's march!
Battle is more intense than I anticipated.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
To fight without complaint.
Obliterate you!
is a ferocious team indeed. All my might. Not bad.
Can't believe the enemy officer has been defeated.
Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Get the pen. I've been waiting for this.
Proper strategy can overcome any obstacle.
enemy officer has been defeated. Let's go.
You will have to make... without me.
The enemy is strong. Things might get tough.
Not quite enough, I suppose. Let us fall back.
I will be the light that guides you all. Always at the vanguard. Always striving to be the strongest.
This is tough, but they won't take me down that easily. Is this the limit of my ability? Father, brother, forgive me. There's so much unrest in these lands. We cannot avert our eyes from the truth. We must also quell the rebellion. If we want to discover what kind of kingdom Wu should become.
Take that! An expeditious advance is essential to our cause. On them, everyone! March and water! All my might! The enemy officer has been defeated.
No matter how many times they knock us down, we will always rise again.
The enemy officer
is our
has been
foundation.
Our kingdom cannot exist if
The
we
enemy
fail
officer
to win the
has been
hearts
defeated.
of the Shan Yue. Unification of the land cannot be achieved by force alone, after all.
Commence the advance!
Take this. We are not giving up. Not here. We keep going.
This is tough, no matter how you slice it.
Defenders have truly fallen.
The enemy officer has been defeated. An opening. Take this.
Not quite enough, I suppose. Let us fall back.
Let's go.
Take this!
The enemy officer has been defeated. With all my might. All my might.
The garrison
officer
seems to be drawing
has been
enemies
defeated.
towards it. We can pick them off here. Begin the advance.
People of Shan Yue, please lay down your weapons.
Let's go.
I wish for there to be no more bloodshed between us. I, Wang Gai, assure you that all your basic needs shall be met. The leader of Wu has also agreed to this arrangement. So, please.
You kneel and lower your head before us? You are as noble as they say, Lord Huang Gai. We will hear your offer.
Some of them are still willing to listen to reason. Do everything they can to reach them.
Take that! Reporting! Enemy forces are advancing on our position from the south!
I suppose the enemy consider ourselves lucky to see them coming. Very well. Prepare an ambush to strike them just as they arrive. The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
This is a ferocious tune indeed.
Oh my might! Can't believe the enemy officer has been defeated.
You knew just when to come to my aid. I was never worried that you wouldn't. Not in the least. Such great strength. I'm pulling back for now. We made it. Now it's our turn to join the fray.
March forward!
An ambush here? Still, I cannot allow myself to be distracted from my task. Damn it! Our efforts weren't enough.
How am I getting cornered? Seriously?
I will be the light that guides you all. Always at the vanguard. Always striving to be the strongest.
The battle is more intense than I anticipated, but I will continue to fight without complaint.
An even match. We must push harder. The enemy officer has been defeated. Prepare yourselves.
All my might.
Hopeless battle.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's go.
You will have to make do without me.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been
before the
defeated.
might of the Sun family.
Good. We made it in time. We'll ambush them right here.
Let's go.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
This is a ferocious tune indeed.
Catch this! Charge! This land belongs to us! Bring down the intruders one to end!
Get prepared.
In advancing. Our allies have rushed to our aid. Now is the time to strike.
This territory
Move forward.
is ours.
Let's march! Let's go. Let's go.
My power alone is insufficient for a comeback.
Right where we want them. Go now! Attack! Make them wish they had never come here!
What? An ambush? They knew we were coming? Oh, this is bad.
If someone doesn't get here fast, we're done for.
You are just in time. We're about to begin the counterattack.
You knew just when to come to my aid. I was never worried that you wouldn't. Not in the least. Prepare yourselves.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer
not working out.
has been defeated.
I feel proud beholding your feats as a true warrior of the Three Kingdoms.
You're outshining everyone else. I must study and learn your ways.
You were going easy on me. So you're the Lord Huang Gai I've been hearing about.
The enemy officer
chieftain of the proud
has been
mountain
defeated.
people. Heed my plea. I wish to put an end to the war between your people and Wu. This is the extent of my influence. I haven't gained the trust of the other chieftains yet.
So, Lord Huang Gai has convinced the Shen Yue's soldiers to leave. He has truly won their hearts. But his actions were reckless. I'll have to remind him to be more careful later.
Things are proceeding well. Keep it up.
Damn, this is tough. But they won't take me down that easily.
I knew you'd come out. I'm glad I believed in you.
Has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
I've defeated an enemy officer.
Take this.
Shall we provide backup?
Onward to join our allies.
Begin the advance.
This is a ferocious team indeed.
One for this place.
This will The time is right. I'll give this all my passion. Enough! No! I'll give this all my passion. I'll give this all my passion. This is a ferocious team indeed. Time to end this.
Situation.
Proper strategy can overcome any obstacle. I believe in you. All my might. Trust in each other. Prepare yourselves. The limit of my ability. Father, brother, forgive me.
Let's give it to them.
Don't let your guard down.
The enemy's here! Is this careless? The limit of my ability. Father, brother, forgive me.
Ambush! They knew we were coming? Let's go! Oh, this is bad. If someone doesn't get here fast, we're done for.
Is this the end?
Just in time. We're about to begin the counterattack.
The enemy officer.
You know just when to come to my aid. I was never worried that you wouldn't. Not in the least.
I am glad you're here. I was actually getting a little anxious.
She's not working out. As my trainer.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
We are winning! Don't!
Take this. Table's turned. Now.
Graceful you were.
The enemy officer
I can't help but gaze at your feet.
Let's go.
Easy on me. So you're the Lord Huang Gai I've been hearing about.
Valuable chieftain of the proud mountain people. He's my plea. I wish to put an end to the war between your people and me. Since the extent of my influence, I haven't gained the trust of the other chieftains.
So, Lord Huang Gai has convinced the Shen soldiers to leave. He is true in their hearts. But his actions are reckless. I'll have to remind him to be more careful later.
Gotcha! We provide backup. Onward! Join our allies! Begin the advance!
The enemy officer has been defeated. Let's go. I knew you'd win.
I'm glad I believed in you. You really are something special.
The enemy officer.
A true warrior
has
of
been
the Three
defeated.
Kingdoms.
The enemy officer.
Impressive,
has
as
been
always.
defeated.
There's a lot I can learn from you.
Don't let your guard down.
I have defeated the enemy officer.
Open it!
End this! I'll give this all my Take this! This is a ferocious tuning, dude.
Proper strategy can overcome any obstacle.
The time is right. This will do it. This will do it. Here we go. Take this.
One guard! I've come for this life!
This officer. Reminds me of the Sun family.
Take this. I'll jump this all.
Proper strategy can overcome any obstacle.
Such great strength. I'm pulling back for now.
You know how to get someone's attention.
Get the best.
On guard!
I've got this. Not an officer? You must be kidding.
Let's give it to them.
An opening. Infested. The enemy officer has been defeated. I've proved I'm a true warrior of the Three Kingdoms.
This is a ferocious tune indeed.
No! Take this! Loose! Take this! Time to act. All my might! Opening!
I know how to get the job done.
Take this! This is going any better for the enemy officer. Elation has been defeated.
Our ranks.
The tide has turned in our favor. All forces advance on the enemy. This is our chance to cut through their ranks. Forward march!
Let's go!
Go!
Take this! With all my might. All my might.
defeated the enemy officer!
The enemy officer has been defeated. Now! Let's go!
Rebellion is in
The enemy officer
Everyone,
has been defeated.
Keep fighting through to the end!
The enemy officer
Mountain dwellers of
has
old,
been defeated.
Do not perish in vain. Flee now. Leave the rest of this battle to me.
It's become foggy here. March cautiously, everyone.
The loss of Sunsa has not deterred you from your quest to rule by force. So be it. I will eliminate another leader of Wu.
I've lost sight of the others. This fog is very strange. No good can come of this.
This is no ordinary fog. What do you think is going on? This territory is ours. Let's go. This territory is ours. Let's go.
There you are, Zuluan. You're hell-bent on standing in my way, aren't you? Then, better ready yourself. You'd best be prepared to fight. This is our destiny as guardians of peace! You thought Sunsa would rise to greatness. He's dead. So why do you continue to fight for Wu? Are you merely clinging to the strongest leader you can, trading your free will for the right to oppress the weak? The path you have chosen, you are no different than the vermin who destroyed our home. The anguish and despair of that day has been burned into my mind. The suffering, the agony, the chaos. Now it is revealed to me my new path. We guardians of peace must oppose those in power, even the so-called heroes of the age. Both the Han and the Kingdom of Wu are our enemies. This is the path that I have chosen. You remember nothing in this. I will not allow you to stand in my way! Why don't you remember? How can you? Do you mean to kill me, Zuluan? It would be a fitting end. But first, there's one thing I never could understand. After this, I will ask nothing more. So tell me, with the little conqueror slain, Wu has lost all of its heroes. Those left are no longer capable of heroism. They simply wield their strength as their lord commands. In spite of this, you follow the path of Wu. For what, and for whom, do you fight? So you believe that Sun Quan can unite the world in peace? Do you really think he has what it takes to achieve such a feat? We've always lived as dogs on the leash of tyranny, forced to partake in slaughter after slaughter for what is said to be some great cause. The screams of those who fell at our hands, the grief of the villagers. Surely even you have heard the pain we left in our wake. And yet, you still shamelessly cling to the powers that bind you. I have nothing left to say to you. Hurry up and kill me.
No, do not kill him.
Sun Quan.
It's just as you say. There are no heroes in Wu. I'll never be anywhere near as great as my father and brother. And on my own, I'd be lucky to be able to protect myself, let alone bring prosperity to an entire kingdom under my rule. However, I am not alone. I'm surrounded by people of wisdom and bravery, and I know that together, we can accomplish anything. This might seem like a ploy to win you over, but all who reside in our kingdom support each other as a family. And together, we will be a force for good, bringing peace to our world. That is my dream for the future of Wu.
You dare say such things after how brutally you crushed the Shan Yue. You are arrogant beyond redemption.
Yes, I suspected you might say as much. Bai Luan, was it? Just watch and you'll see. I will make every last member of the Shan Yue, and even you, into heroes who fight for peace.
You've allowed me into your leader's tent without restraints? What are you thinking? Hurry up and kill us. You needn't spare anyone.
I would rather even our children be put to death than raised under the oppression of Ooh.
Oppression? I do not intend to oppress anybody.
Even if that is true, you have defeated us and are trying to control us through force. That is a fact. There can be no lasting peace between your people and mine. We are too different to coexist in the same territory.
According to who? Is that meant to be self-evident? Or do you claim it based on historical precedent? Either way, that goes against my wishes.
Your wishes?
What I wish for is a kingdom where all those who live in Jiangdong respect and help one another. I do not intend to force anything upon the Shanyue, so long as you do not point your blades at us. In fact, I want to learn from your wisdom. We do not know how to survive in the wilderness as you do.
How self-centered. You can speak of ideals all you like, but there are many whose anger will not be placated.
I am willing to bear the brunt of all their discontent. For all my other failings as a leader, I can at least do that. Let's end this strife between the Shanyue and Wu. Starting today, we shall be one, living alongside and helping one another.
Your desire for peace appears to be genuine.
It is. And you should know that once I form an agreement, I ensure it is honored. There will be no chance to withdraw.
Not so weak-willed after all. Now, you have me curious about this Wu you dream of. But if you ever make another attempt to oppress us...
I am aware. I will do everything I can to maintain your trust.
In striving for peace, anyone from a lord to a peasant may be called a hero. He has forged alliances not only with his clan's bitter foes of old, the Shanyue, but even with me. It's impressive, I admit. That's Sun Quan. He's an interesting man. More capable than I thought he might be, at least. He has not the bravery of Sun Qian or Sun Ce, but I see why you were drawn to him. When you decided to place your faith in the hero of the Sun clan, I thought for sure you were mistaken. But in spite of everything you forgot, I suppose your memories of Juha were enough to guide you down the right path. I did? That seems doubtful. Zuluan, you must use your unique skills to help your lord and save all those who are suffering amidst the chaos. If Sun Quan ever errs in his ways, correct them. If you fail to do so, I shall do my duty as a guardian of peace and punish you both. I will not walk alongside you. After all, is it not the role of a guardian of peace to keep watch over the powerful from the shadows and ensure that they do not go astray?
Those who have been long divided must unite, while those who have been long united must diverge. Thus has it always been for empires and their people alike. Guardian of peace, the time has come to part ways. One will champion heroes, striving to bring peace to the world. The other will lurk in the shadows, keeping the heroes true to their path. That is the new way of the Guardians of Peace. And thus shall our purpose be fulfilled. This is the last time I appear before you. Well, it is said that the founders of our order were mystical beings. That they had the faces of children, with hair as white as snow, and eyes as blue as the surface of a frozen lake, and that no number of years could ever age them. Zuluan, you must go now. Let your eyes guide you along your true path, and carry all that has been entrusted to you.
I hear many of the Shan Yue have surrendered to Wu, and it appears things have remained peaceful.
Surprising, given how deep their animosity was. Is this a testament to Lord Suan Chuan's skills, or...
He only agreed to peace because, in a fit of temper, I suggested I'd have no part in a war against them.
You call that a fit? But looking back on Lord Sun Quan's words, I feel that this may have been the right choice.
Hold on, there's one thing I need to say before we end the conversation. Huang Gai, don't you think you've been stealing all the attention lately?
That may be so, but it seems that this time I've stood out in a negative way. My words and actions have created a rift in the kingdom, and I must accept responsibility for that. Even so, I don't intend to stop voicing my opinions, because that type of open discussion is what we should strive to achieve in Wu. If for some reason my voice is ever silenced, then...
Hey, stop with that nonsense, Huang Gai. Remember, what must you do above all else? Lord Sun Quan has entrusted you with governing Shan Yue. That's a major task you ought to focus on.
Right. Stop being so gloomy about everything, or you'll make Zhou Yu irritable again. Although, I suppose I can't talk. I've been pretty negative myself.
You're right. I have duties I ought to be focusing on before anything else.
Lord Han Dong does so much for such little recognition, he deserves a much loftier position. Not one time has Lord Zhou Tai brought shame upon his family name.
Looks like Lord Zhou Yu's...
It's amazing how the survivors manage to carry on, and they handle so much.
Those guys don't want to unite the world. They just want...
Got a quiz for you. One day while on a march. I miss the days when thieves...
Here you are. Here you are.
Oh, it's you. Go show him what you're made of.
I hear Lord Guan Yu has an underling. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous. I just want our life to remain as it is. I don't really need much else.
Being hungry keeps you in low spirits. Come and grab something to eat. I'll keep it cheap, promise.
I miss the days when thieves were a timid bunch. I I hear Lord Guan Yu has an underling. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous.
I just want our life to remain as it is. I don't really need much else.
Being hungry keeps you in low spirits. Come and grab something to eat. I'll keep it cheap, promise.
I miss the days when thieves were a timid bunch. I hear Lord Guan Yu has an underling. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous.
I just want our life to remain as it is. I don't really need much else.
Being hungry keeps you in low spirits. Come and grab something to eat. I'll keep it cheap, promise.
I miss the days when thieves were a timid bunch. I hear Lord Guan Yu has an underling. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous.
I just want our life to remain as it is. I don't really need much else.
Being hungry keeps you in low spirits. Come and grab something to eat. I'll keep it cheap, promise.
Lord Yuan Shao loved his kids, to the point he left a battle just because...
Lord Yuan Shao was loved by the people.
I wonder...
Lord Shunyo becomes a different person when he drinks.
Got a quiz for you. One day while on a march, Lord Cao Cao's horse...
I'm gonna protect my family when the bad guys come to town.
Being able to fight alongside famous officers and generals.
Do you think this deployment is daring enough to defeat Cao Cao's divisions?
Of course. And once he's down for
Everyone
the count,
says that Dynasty...
Bolster our defenses! We cannot hand over this position! Onwards! Follow your general! Forward march! We'll set up here. Get ready, everyone. So it begins. Take that. Rise!
strength has no
The enemy
bounds.
officer has
Keep
been
honing
defeated.
your skill and amaze me once more.
Let's go.
Go on.
The enemy officer has been defeated. This territory is ours. Take that!
Push things back to even ground? Still, can't let our guard down yet.
Let's go. Take that! Take this! An opening!
Power alone is insufficient.
For a comeback.
An opening! We're joining our allies. Such cooperation shall surely bring good fortune. The enemy officer has been defeated. Take this! Let's go! Take this! Time to act! Now!
Try this on for size.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Take that! I challenge you to battle. Prepare yourself!
beneath me!
Been defeated.
Here's the resistance is futile.
This appears to be as far as we come.
Where did I go wrong? Things don't look too good.
An opening. Take this. Prepare the pain. An opening. Get the picture.
I leave the rest up to you.
Take this. Take this. Enemy officer has been defeated.
This is as far as we go. But I'm afraid I must retreat.
No matter how you slice it.
Confessed it.
The enemy officer has been defeated. You've come at the right time. Can you lend a hand here?
Your dog! I have crushed this enemy officer beneath me!
All my might.
Confessed it.
The enemy
I
officer
shall return after
been
reviewing
defeated.
my strategy.
You've accomplished more than I could have hoped for.
How about this?
The enemy
Seem to have
officer
gained the upper hand.
has been defeated.
Tide is turning in our favor.
Prepare yourselves. officer has been defeated.
Must fall back.
You've done very well. It's good to know I can count on you.
Let's go.
Our ally has engaged in combat. Let us assist.
It is time to advance. Trust in me and follow. Commence the advance.
Take this as far as we can.
Take this. An opening.
This officer bows before the might of the Sun family.
Have defeated the enemy!
Onwards! Follow your general! Forward march!
Take this! Let's go! Let's go! Gotcha! Let's give it to them!
Impressive, as always. There's a lot I can learn from you.
You are a true warrior of the Three Kingdoms. The enemy are...
good to know I can count on
has
you.
been defeated.
Taking a turn for the worse. I must think of something quickly.
Bring them down.
Retreat would be the best option right now.
Why am I getting cornered? Seriously?
Prepare yourselves. With all my might. The enemy officer has been defeated. Choosing solitude on the battlefield. You must be good. Let us fight!
Got you!
I'm of no use to anybody dead. Better fall back for now.
My strength was not enough.
Impressive, as always. There's a lot I can learn from you. Trust in each other.
Now that you are here, things do not seem so bad. Let's go.
I'll end this. With a solid stratagem, I challenge you to battle.
You have come to my aid? I can think of no ally more reassuring than you. I can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been
How did my
defeated.
perfect plan fail?
You've done very well. It's good to know I can count on you.
Let's go.
We'll bolster your forces.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated. Get prepared.
I challenge you to battle. Prepare yourself. There we go.
Let's end this.
Can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated. That